Little Lamb Learning.
Bonjour, my friends. Today we're in beautiful France, and guess who I've just met? Oggy from the popular YouTube show Oggy and the Cockroaches. He is such a fun character, so I'm going to show you how you can draw him really easily. Let's get started. To begin with, you're going to need a pencil, and then we are going to draw a couple of circles. Now the first circle we're going to draw will be at the top of your page, and it's just going to be a little circle just like that, and later on that's going to be the top of Oggy's head. Now we need a bigger, squashier circle that's going to be Oggy's face, the lower part of his face where his nose and his mouth goes. But this circle is going to be a bit bigger, so it's going to be, just have a look what I do. I'm just going to do a bigger, squashier circle, almost like a hamburger shape, and it's going to go through the middle of the little circle just like that. Now if that's a bit difficult, what you could do is draw two littler circles either side of the first circle and then join them together. See if that helps. And then once you've got those done, we need just one more circle, which is going to be Oggy's body. And we're going to leave a little bit of a space. So let's just say, draw a little line there. And then under that, we're going to draw a round circle there. And that is going to be Oggy's body. Now, Oggy has two pointy ears. So we're going to do two little triangles on the top of his head. And if I just put a line down the middle there, so we know where the middle of his head is. And on one side, we're going to do a triangle just like that, and then on the opposite side we'll do another triangle just like that. Next we need to do a couple of things. So first of all, let's draw in the middle of the top circle the letter M. So we're going to start from one side and we're going to go up, and then in the middle we're going to dip down, and then we're going to go up and back down on the other side. So that looks like the letter M. And inside of that, we're going to do two more circles, and those are going to be Oggy's eyes. Now, what we need to do next is Oggy's nose, which is going to look a little bit like a sausage. So underneath where his eyes are, here, I'm going to draw a kind of sausage, just like that. And that is going to be Oggy's nose. Now under his nose I'm going to draw a big happy smile, because Oggy's always got a big happy smile. And then under that I'm going to do another line like a half a circle, because I'm going to have his mouth open, because he's always got a big wide open mouth smile. And then inside that I'm going to do the letter M again, because we're going to later on colour in Oggy's purple tongue. So we're going to put a big M. So you go up and down, up and down. Or another way of thinking of it is like, it's a bit like a bumpy hill. Now we can already see this is starting to look like Oggy. So what do we need to do next? Well, under where his mouth is, so we're going to find the middle of this, of the bottom of his face, and we're going to draw two lines. One that goes down to one side of his belly, and one line that goes down to the other side of his belly. And talking of bellies, Oggy has a little tummy. So inside that circle we're going to do another circle just like that. And then last of all we just need to do his arms, legs and tail. So to do his arms, we're going to have him waving like we do with all our characters, a nice big happy wave. So underneath his face and where his body is here, I'm going to do one line out like that, and then another line underneath it. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, just like that. And then I'm going to give him some legs. So on one side of his belly, I'll put two lines down just like that. And then on the other side, two lines just like that. And then for his feet, let's do two more sausages again. So just like his nose, for his feet, we're going to do one sausage there and one sausage there. And then for his hands, we're going to put little circles at the end of his arms, and then we'll do the letter N. So up, down and back for his thumb, and then for his fingers, Oggy's got 3 fingers, so we're going to do the letter M. So up, down, and we'll do it one more time for his 3rd finger, up and down. And then we're going to put a little line there because Oggy actually wears little gloves. And we'll do the same on the other side. I'm going to put a little line there, and then we're going to do his thumb, and then up and down, up and down, up and down. He's got quite long fingers, does Oggy, and he also has a tail. So it doesn't matter what side of the body it goes on. Let's draw, I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to draw a little circle, and that's going to be the end of his tail, and then from there I'm just going to draw 2 lines that connect to his body. Now that is the pencil part done. Let's get Oggy coloured in. Now the first colour I'm going to use is the colour blue, because Oggy is a blue cat. Now I'm going to use my blue paintbrush, but you can use a crayon or a felt tip or some colouring pencils. But if you do use paints, make sure to ask your mummy, your daddy, your granny, your granddad, your auntie, your uncle, your teacher, your carer, whichever adult is in charge. Always make sure you're allowed to use the paints, because when you do painting, often we like to put down some paper or sheeting or anything, because paints can get on the carpet, can get on the furniture, and you don't want to make a mess, and you certainly don't want to get in trouble. So always ask permission first. Now, you got your colour? Great. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is colouring all the blue parts of Oggy. So that's going to be his face, the top of his face, that part of his face, his body, his arms, his tail, and his legs all around here. So let's get started. Now when you're colouring in, try and go over, don't leave any white gaps, but if you're only doing it for the first time, don't worry too much. You know, you get better every time you do. The more you draw and the more you colour in, the better you'll get. So if you want to get really good, what you need to do is draw a lot. And luckily for you, I've got loads of drawing videos. Have you been watching them? I've done, let's see if I can remember. I've done the Minions. I've done Peppa Pig. I've done Daddy Pig. I've done Joy from Inside Out. I've done Super Mario. I've done Chase. I've done JJ from Cocomelon. I've done loads of drawing, and I do always try and do it so that it's really easy for brand new little cartoonists to draw, because when you first get started in drawing, it isn't very easy. It can be difficult, and when you look at all characters, just like Oggy here, you know, they do look, sometimes you might look at them and you think, oh, that's too hard. But you know what? It's not too hard. You just need to know how to do it. You just need to learn. So, whilst there's lots of videos online showing you how to draw all the characters, exactly how they look, when you're first starting out, you just need to learn how to, you know, draw the best ways to draw a cartoon character. And then the more you do it, you know, then you can do more complicated drawings later on. But in the beginning, you just want to have fun drawing and colouring in and learning how to do it. And that's what I try to do. I try to make it nice and easy for brand new little artists to get started. And hopefully, you know, when you watch my videos, you learn something new every time. And as I always say, one day you'll be able to come back and be an even better drawer than I am and show me what an amazing artist you turned into. Right, it looked like I've got all the blue bits coloured in. The next colour I'm going to get is the colour red, and we only need the colour red for Oggy's nose. And we're going to colour in his like sausage like nose, just like this. There you go, nice and quick. But if I'm going too quick, don't worry, just pause the video, carry on, and then you can restart it when you're ready. Now the next colour I need is the colour purple, for Oggy's tongue. So we're going to need this colour purple for his tongue, but then for the inside of his mouth we need a darker purple. Now if you don't have a darker purple, that's no problem, you can just use the colour black instead. But I do have a darker purple, so I am just going to, in fact I need to remember, I'm going to draw a little line at either side of his mouth like that, and the reason for that is that those are Oggy's teeth, because Oggy has two little sharp teeth. So I'm going to leave the corner of his mouth just white, just like that, just so that Oggy isn't without his teeth, because we all need our teeth, don't we? If you don't have your teeth, it's going to be really difficult eating. Though I suppose you could still have soup and stuff like that, but then you miss out on all the cool things like chocolate bars and, well, if you allow chocolate bars, you might not, you might be really good and be really healthy. I need to be more like that. Right, now the next colour we need is the colour green, because Oggy has lovely green eyes, and we're just going to do two little green circles in the middle of his eyes, just like that. Now we also need the colour yellow, because where Oggy's face is, he has some whiskers, and at the bottom of them whiskers he has little yellow dots. Now if you're using paint, you're going to have to wait for it to dry first. I'm going to put one yellow dot there, one yellow dot there, one yellow dot there, and one yellow dot there on either side of his face. Now what I'm going to use last of all is a black, I'm going to use my black paintbrush, but you can use a black pen, because we're going to go all around Oggy's face and do his outlines, and also we need to colour in the top of Oggy's head, which is in black. Now I'm going to do that first. I'm going to get the little triangles coloured in on both sides, just like that, and then going to go around the M that we did earlier, just like this. I'm going to get it all coloured in, just like that. Take your time. If you find this difficult, you can ask an adult to help you. In fact, if you want, you can just leave it like this, but if you do want to carry on, I'll show you what to do next. And I'm going to put some black in the middle of his eyes, just like that. Now we've got all that done, we are going to do all the outline. Oh, almost forgot, gotta do his whiskers, just like that. Now I'm going to go around all of his face, and I'm going to put the outline in. So first of all, I'll begin with his mouth. There, I'll get them teeth drawn in as well, where I left a little white gap for him around his tongue, just like this. And now I'm going to go all around his face. Now it's probably best to do this with a pen or a black pencil, or a black felt tip. It can be difficult going all around the outlines, and if you're not sure how to do it, do get an adult to help, because you don't want to ruin your picture by making a mistake. But then saying that, if you do make a mistake, it's not a big deal, because you can always do it again, draw it again, and you know, every time you draw a picture, it's going to get better and better and better, because we always improve the more we draw something. Right, so get that line around all of the legs and up around the arms, just like this. And then we're going to do the hands. We're going to go around where his gloves are, that's the bottom of his gloves, and then we're going to go up over the thumb, and then around each of the fingers, and then in a bit we'll rub out all the pencil marks. 1 thumb, 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, and then the feet. I'm going to put 2 little lines there for each toes, and then the other foot, and 2 little lines there for those toes, and then around the tail, and we're almost very much finished. But Oggy has a little wiggly line for a belly button, so it's almost like a circle going inside. So we'll start and we're going to go around, and then instead of joining it up, we're going to miss it and go around, just like that, like a round wiggly line. And last of all, I'm just going to draw around his belly, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get, if you're using paint, you've got to wait for it to paint, but once your drawing is dry, get your rubber, and then we are going to rub out all of the pencil lines from earlier on, just like this. And the very last thing I am going to do is I am going to write Oggy's name. And to write Oggy's name, I am going to pick the purple colour to match Oggy's mouth. And to write Oggy's name is really easy. It's just a circle for his O for Oggy. And then we're going to do 2 little circles, because those are going to be the G's. And then on the right hand side, we're going to go down and then point back up. And we're going to go down and point back up. And last of all, we need a Y. And the reason we need Y, why do we need Y? Because that's how his name ends. And we're going to do 1 line going down like that, and then another little line pointing down to the middle. And there you go. Oggy! How did you do? Did you have fun? Great! Join me again soon for more drawing videos. Bye!
Little Lamb Learning.